my God. Hi. I'm so excited to see you all. I am so sorry for disappearing for so long, but when I tell you why I left YouTube, when I explain all the things that were happening in my life, trust me, you are going to understand. I could write a book about what's been going on the past 2 years. But before I get into telling you all why I was gone and I'm so excited to be back, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you in the family. You guys are amazing. You all just accepted the fact that I left without a word, and all I got were messages of folks checking in even up until like a few weeks ago, still getting these messages of like, hey Lily, I don't know what's going on, but I just want you to know we miss you and can't wait for you to come back. I miss you, miss your videos, and like I love you and hope everything's okay. I cannot tell you how much those messages meant to me, whether they were like here on YouTube, some of you DM me on Instagram, some of you all were emailing me. I cannot tell you how much those messages meant because y'all, your girl has been going through it. A lot of just awful stuff has happened. And so I just needed to step away, not just from YouTube, but from other stuff too. So let me kind of explain. Back when I started doing YouTube back in 2021, I was working a very strenuous, very stressful job that necessitated meetings and calls at all hours of the day. And that was not great. And it was starting to like wear on my heart, on my spirit. I just wasn't enjoying what I was doing after a while, even though I worked for a huge company, a company that like I would venture to guess most, if not all of you have used at least once in your life, if not on a daily basis. I was making great money, all of that. Like I could afford all these nice things. Like life was great, it was like the dream to other people, but I was miserable because I was working so much. And so that is actually why I started my YouTube channel, because I wanted to spend just a little bit of my time during the week talking about stuff I love and doing it with people that I love, because I love shopping. As you all know, went to school for design, and I just love all things shopping and fashion, whether it's brands or new items or trends or talking about business strategy. I love all of it. I always have. And so that is where Lily Shops came to fruition. And so this was like my one refuge. This was like my one happy, safe space. Because I love it. Like you guys are amazing. You make life so much better. And so while I was doing YouTube, I was really unhappy in like my main job. I was working in marketing and just unhappy. So I decided to get a new job. Took a big pay cut, was very open, honest, and intentional about how I needed better work-life balance and about how I was willing to take a step down in terms of pay to achieve that. And so I started working at a beauty company, well-known US beauty company, works with all the top brands, and is a dream job, getting to work with makeup all day. I mean, like during my time there, we did partnerships with Fenty, with Glow Recipe, with Tarte, like great brands. We sold like all these other brands too, like all the ones and use every day, everything that's trending on TikTok, like we sold them all. So it was amazing. And I got to head up a marketing team there. Despite all of my like upfront, open and honest transparency about how I was looking for better work-life balance, for a lot of reasons, I wasn't getting that at the beauty company, and I wasn't going to be able to get that. And I think a lot of you all are probably either have been or are currently in the same situation where you are just working 12, 14, 16-hour days. You're working not just 5 days a week, but 6 and 7 days a week. And when you have to work that much, and when you've been doing it for years, and when you are running on E, you are running on empty, and then doing YouTube on top of that, I realized that I was burnt out and I was really unhappy, and I just needed a break, and I needed to get back to doing the things that keep me happy and healthy, the things that I love and enjoy doing too, because I'd stopped doing all of those things. And if you stop eating well, if you stop exercising, if you stop making time for friends, if you stop making time for things that give you joy, and you're working all the time, and there are days you're not leaving your house, you're going to get burnt out. You are going to become really unhappy. And so honestly, I just realized no job is worth my happiness and my mental health. So I decided to take a break. I quit my job. I resigned. It was the hardest thing, leaving such a great group of people and something that I loved to do, but it was just too stressful and it was just too demanding. And we just weren't able to kind of structure it in a way that was manageable and sustainable. Although that company is great and amazing, and I am still to this day one of their biggest fans, I'm still friends with most of the people that work there, I had to step away. So I stepped away not just from work, but also from YouTube, because YouTube does take a lot of work, believe it or not. All the editing y'all don't see, the responding, sometimes once in a blue moon getting a negative comment that can be really hurtful. YouTube is a lot of work. And so I just decided to take a break, focus on myself. And so that is what I did. I took a break. And I just started, looking after myself again and doing all the things I love. And eventually I started, applying for jobs during a terrible time. For anyone who has or is currently job searching within the past few years, this economy is insane. The favor is no longer in those of the job seekers, but of the companies. And so you deal with a lot of BS. I can't tell you how many interviews I went through doing interview projects where my work was then stolen and then deployed as the company's campaign. How many times I had, 8, 9, 10 interviews with a company and then got ghosted. Bunch of craziness. But, eventually, I started working again. I did some contract work for a while. During the midst of all of this, I had some other really big personal stuff going on. Now, a lot of y'all don't know, but I was in a relationship on and off, very big disclaimer, an on and off relationship for over 4 years. And I always present myself as single because we were so on and off. I could never trust, for good reason, that was a reliable relationship that I should actually talk about. And here's the thing, we were only on and off because the person that I was seeing at the time was just not able to give me enough time. He was just not able to be a fully present boyfriend, if you will. And so we would break up because of that. And we never, for a long time, we wouldn't fight. It was never I hate you, I'm mad at you, any of that. It was just I need more from you. And he was you're right, you deserve it. I can't give it to you, so we'd break up. And then, as we all have done, a few weeks go by, a month or two goes by, and one of you reaches out. It was very 50-50. We would both reach out again because other than that, this person treated me so well and just loved me so well, or so I thought. Wait for it. And I felt like I had someone who truly understood me, who got me. And it was the first person that I felt I could see myself having a long-term future with since my ex-fiance. And so it was really nice to be able to feel that type of love again. You're not gonna believe this, but long story short, it turns out this person had several other long-term relationships that he had had for years, long before he even started dating me. Unbeknownst to me. Now, while we were on and off, we were both very open and honest about the fact that we dated other people, casually. But there was never any talk about long-term relationships. It was full on lying, deception, dishonesty at the highest level. So how do you think I found out about this? One of his other girlfriends infiltrated my personal life and my professional life. And she sought her way in, befriended me, with the intention of telling me to kind of knock me out of the running, which she succeeded, because once I found that out, he and I, we had some conversations, but it was done after that. But she caused so much damage in my life, again, personally and professionally. And I'm not gonna really get into that part too much. It's completely unrelated to the beauty company. It is related to other work that I did later on, but it is so crazy. Everyone who hears the story is you need to write this either in a book or you need to turn this into a Netflix miniseries, because it is so insane what she did. And she's so crazy. She is probably watching this video right now. Honest to God. I have her blocked on everything, but you can't block people you can't see on YouTube. So, I can't really block her here. So I'm sure she's gonna be watching this video. But she caused a lot of damage in my life, and it was for several months that I had to endure her because I was just trying to navigate the situation best I could. Also, while I was going through this, And something absolutely horrible happened. My ex-fiance passed. Now, you all know I left my ex-fiance because he broke my trust in a way that's really hard to get back. And that happened before I moved to San Francisco. And that was just kind of like the beginning of like a really big downward spiral for him. And so I don't think his story is mine to tell. But hearing that the person that you loved so much, the person that you lived with, the person that you were going to marry has passed, that will mess you up. That will mess you up big time. Pause. I need to take a second because I'm going to get emotional as I talk about it. When you hear something like that, you just get very like existential about things, and you think about all the things you could have done, about how things could have been different. It's just horrible. And so I went through a really rough patch of like grieving this person. Even though I'd already grieved him once years ago, I had to grieve him again. And that was really hard. And so I was just going through all these like really big things. And I just didn't know how I was gonna get through it all, you know, because it was all just like so devastating. My world was just like crumbling around me, like personally, professionally, like everything was just so bad. And so I went into like problem solving mode. I was like, I've got to find some happiness. Like, how can I get some like dopamine, some serotonin in a healthy way? Like, what can I do to make myself feel better? And I was like, dogs. I love dogs. Dogs are, if you are a dog person, you know, it was kind of like the universe transpired to make this happen. Now that I was going to yoga again, a woman that I go to yoga with, she brought in 2 dogs one day and she'd been fostering them and she decided to keep them and they were so cute. And she told me about this amazing senior dog rescue. It is called Muttville, and I will link them below because like you need to check them out. They are amazing. And so when you foster there, like they pay for everything. Like they will give you all of the food. They give them amazing fresh food. They give you beds, leashes. They take care of all their medical, dental. And she was like, so all you're responsible for is just taking them to adoption events and like getting them, you know, getting them healthy again and, you know, taking them to meet with families. And eventually like the goal is to get them adopted. And I was like, I can do that. I was so naive thinking that I could foster a dog and not keep it. On my first one, I had to keep her.
Is someone's tail going? Is your tail going? Is someone excited to see me?
I want you all to meet literally the cutest, oh god, she's melting. Oh my god, I can't. The cutest little dog in the world other than your own, of course. This is my sweet little old lady, Joey. Look at her. Can you hear her snoring? Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, this is Joey. Joey was a stray when I got her. She was a busted up bag of biscuits when I got her. The girl had to have 8 teeth removed. She had kennel cough. She had full-on seizures. I mean, she had to have surgery. I mean, it was so many things. This is the world's most expensive dog. I'm kidding. They're all really expensive. But she had so many problems. But like, look at her. Look at how sweet she is. The guesstimate when I got her about a year ago is that she's about 10 years old. So we actually just celebrated what we think is her 11th-ish birthday. It was the best. Joey has more friends than I do. She's also forced me to have to be much more social. And look, she's like, Mama, stop talking. Please pet me. Please pet me more. She forces me to talk to people out in the neighborhood. Joey, please let the people see you. But now you can see her. Because she's so friendly and she just wants to be loved on clearly. I have to stop and talk to all the neighborhood people I was trying to avoid in the past. So it's made me have to put on my extrovert pants a little. But she's the best. Her and her blonde hair have taken over my life. Now I know what all of my ex-boyfriends feel like when my hair takes over their life. I get it now. In fact, the fact that I'm wearing black right now is shocking. It's probably only because I'm filming a YouTube video, because I can't really wear black because she ruins it. So I put it on like right before I leave the house. But she's amazing. She is part lab, part pug, and part Shar-Pei. I don't know if you can see, but she's got all these like rolls right here. So I love that the pug and the Shar-Pei are making her like chonky like that. But yeah, this is my sweet angel. I had to keep her because look at her. She's so sweet. She's like, please pet me. She's so sweet. She doesn't jump. She doesn't bark. She doesn't bite. She just wants to be pet and she just wants to eat. And you know what? She and I are very similar because my love language is physical touch. So I love you, Joy. Thank you for saving my life. There we go. See? She's saying she loves being here. She loves being part of the family. She's so happy to meet you all. I'm sure you guys will see her in some future videos. So this is Joey. I don't know if this sounds silly or pathetic or what, but like she helped bring me out of this really dark place I was in because of all this stuff that was going on. And she's just like the light of my life. I love her. And you all could guess, I am like so over the top about her. I cook her own food. She gets steak and home cooked vegetables for every single meal. I love looking after her. I love going to play with her. She is just like my little ride or die homie. So there was one really great thing that happened during the time that I was away. And so once I got Joey, I was, able to just like really kind of get my life back on track, which was amazing. And so I ended up getting an incredible job that I was so excited about. I was so happy. I had to go to the office 2 days a week, but they were a dog-friendly office, so I got to bring Joey. And I was like, yay, life is turning a corner. I'm so happy. No, life was in fact not turning a corner. In fact, then on my second week at work there, over a third of the company got laid off, me included. So that was like terrible because I was so excited to finally be a normal person again, to be working again. Then it was like back on the super toxic job hunt. I was seeing someone new at the time. He cheated on me. So that was frustrating. I had to like kick him to the curb. Then I had another boyfriend who actually, he treated me well, but he wasn't thoughtful. He wasn't conscientious. And I kept trying to vocalize my needs and I wasn't able to get what I needed. So also had to end that relationship. And around that time was also around the time that I got a new job where I currently am. I've been for months now and we're back in, guys. Like we are normal. For those of you that don't live in the US, our healthcare system is a mess. So I've got health benefits, I've got salary, I've got 401k, I'm saving money. Everything is great. I also just am really excited about the company that I work for. I think the company mission is great. I'm still working in marketing and it is for a kids education tech company. So we provide online learning for kids. So it's really cool to get to work in a totally new industry, a totally new space. The company is not without challenges. I've already survived one round of layoffs there because that is just the environment that we live in now. It's happening to everyone, everywhere. And so for any of you all that are looking for a job or have looked for a job, I just want to say, I see you, I feel you, I know the despair that you feel from like going through this. Keep going, hang in there. It will happen for you. I mean, I am embarrassed to say how long I didn't have a job. I will not say it here on YouTube. It was too long, but that's because I was also like trying to be intentional about not finding a toxic working environment. So I am working again, I am back, and I'm just so happy to be back at YouTube. And what's crazy is that like, honestly, over this time, I did not do a lot of shopping, did a little bit, here and there, but I stopped watching YouTube videos. I stopped kind of reading on the news because I just like didn't want to taunt myself with like stuff that I couldn't buy, a world that I couldn't really be a part of anymore. So I need to like get back up to speed on everything that's happened. I know I've seen like lots of creative directors have changed. There are brands that are getting bought, things like that. So, I gotta get back up to speed. I am seriously just so excited to be back. I cannot wait to start getting videos out. I will tell you, I'm probably not gonna post as frequently. Again, because I wanna maintain some work-life balance. I wanna make sure that I'm leaving time for other things that make me like happy, healthy, and well-rounded. So I'm probably not gonna be posting like 2-3 videos a week, but I will post as much as I can. I'm also gonna try, other than this one, and make my videos a little bit shorter. I'm also gonna edit them a little bit less, so you'll see less, like product, like shots and videos inserted, less text inserted, but that's also just so that way editing will take me less time. And so that way, like YouTube will feel less like a job. I can focus more of my time on this, which is what I love doing. So I am so happy to be back. Thank you all for sticking around, and thank you for all of the new subscribers, all the new members of the family. I am so happy you're here, and just be on the lookout for my next video because it's going to be about all things shopping. And so if any of you all enjoyed this video, if you missed me a little bit or a lot bit, or if you're just happy that I'm back, I would really love it if you could give this video a little like. Just give a little thumbs up down in the corner below. And if you haven't already, what are you doing? You need to subscribe to my channel. So that way you can get all my latest content about all things shopping delivered straight to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lily, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye guys.